Hello and welcome to Peggy's Plants, coming to you from Central Florida. Today I'm taking you along with me to Home Depot's garden center to see what's being offered. The weather has started changing. It is a little cooler than it's been, but it's still not cold in this area. It's been in the 70s, low 80s, at night in the 60s maybe. So it's a new area for me, so just wanted to check out and see what's being offered. And the first thing that catches my eye is these beautiful Monstera deliciosas. And look at the fenestrations and the size of these leaves. This is $24.98, so $25, which isn't bad, but you can find these mature Monstera for a lot less. They're in the white pots, but they are plastic pots. But for some reason, the price really goes up with these plastic pots. And next to them are these Dieffenbachia with really nice sized leaves. They're looking pretty good. They're also in the white plastic pot and the same price, $25. I'm sure you could find both of these plants probably right here for a lot less. In fact, I see some Monstera deliciosa over here in nursery pots. Let's check them out. Here we are. These are huge. As you can see, they are even larger than the ones that are in the white pots and probably more mature. Look at the fenestrations. These leaves are beautiful. My Monstera deliciosa has been struggling with spider mites, and I'm not getting the fenestrations or the size on these leaves. So let's see if I can find a price for you, and we'll see what the price difference is between the white decorative plastic pot and the black grow pot. And let's see, I'm trying to go in. Look at this, $15. So you're paying $10 for that white plastic pot, and you're getting a smaller plant even. So yeah, just keep that, something to keep in mind. And to me, the Monstera deliciosa is a plant staple. If you're a plant collector, you gotta have one. Beautiful plant. And over here are some canna lilies and birds of paradise. And you'll notice they're not as showy as they are a lot of times in my videos. And that's because the weather has changed, so there's not as many blooms. So I tend to wait until these plants are on clearance. Once the blooms die off and it's just foliage, excuse me, a lot of times these end up on the clearance rack for 50% off. And the same is true with the birds of paradise. So if you're looking for either one of these, you can get a great deal by buying them when the blooms have died off, and they are $17. As you can see, there's lots of carts around. Today they are getting new stock in. As you can see, everything is nice and lush and full. It definitely helps to know when your garden center gets deliveries. Some ZZ plants over here. Of course, these are in the white plastic pot, so they're going to be a little more, as we already discussed. And here we have some snake plants. These pots are not exactly packed. And yeah, they're in the white decorative pot, so again, $25. And anyone who buys snake plants knows that you can get a lot more plant than that for a lot less. Look down here, heartleaf philodendron. This is a basic plant, but for some reason in my area, you don't see this plant very much. It's funny how things are, abundant in one area and you never see them in another. And $20 for this nice full hanging pot of heartleaf philodendron. Nice. And for the same price is this nice full marble queen pothos. Look at the variegation. Love it. And over here we have some plants from the Trending Tropicals collection. Some ZZ ravens. As you can see, there's standing water in this pot. And that's one thing about buying plants that have cash pose. You need to be very careful, because once they're watered or once they're in rain, they're in sitting water, so a lot of times you may experience root rot. So just something to be aware of. You may need to dry that plant out when you buy it. A little hanging basket of Peperomia scandens. Nice price. You don't see these here all the time either. I'll leave those for a Peperomia lover. The succulents are looking very nice. Lots of succulent arrangements. Some golden pothos. Just a little of everything. Oh, look over here. Begonia maculata whitey eye in the Trending Tropicals collection. You don't see that one all the time anymore. In fact, you rarely see it. And the Peperomia watermelon. Yeah, some of everything from the Trending Tropicals collection. And the begonias, of course, have been very easy to find. Look at this Birkin. This is a beautiful Birkin. I started my Birkin from a starter plug, so it's still quite small. Nowhere near as showy as this. And over here is the little fiddle, the fiddly fig. These are the ones that they don't get really big. I've never seen this Aglaonema in the collection, but I guess it is. Look at this Calathea. Now these are no longer Trending Tropicals, and this is only $15. That's a great price. Calatheas can be fussy, so I would not recommend a Calathea for a beginner unless you're very adventurous. However, they're just like any other plant. Once you figure them out, you're on easy street. So I don't know. I'm just very hesitant when it comes to Calatheas. This is a beautiful Song of India. And look at this Calathea. I believe this is a rattlesnake Calathea. $15. I am so tempted. I want one of these so bad, but I'm so scared that I'll kill it. If you guys have Calatheas, talk about Calathea care in the discussion box. I really want some, but I'm just hesitant. And this looks like a Pothos Enjoy up here. I'm looking for the price. I see it says $6.98 here, and I'm not finding a price on the pot at all, but if that is $6.98, that's a good price. More pothos over here. A nice variety of orchids. Now, commonly you'll find some dendrobiums and phalaenopsis, but during the cooler months in this area, you'll also start finding cattleyas and things like that that you don't usually find. So if you're an orchid lover, now is a good time in the Florida area, Central Florida, South Florida, to find some different selections. And look at this Philodendron Burl Marks. Let's see if we can find a price on it. $15. Not bad. The plant is looking really good. Yeah, not bad for a Burl Marks. Some bromeliads down here. And again, something we don't always find in this area is neon pothos. I love a good neon pothos. And this one is $13. That's not bad. I remember looking for one for my daughter, and we just couldn't find one anywhere. But yeah, when they show up, but they're hard to find in this area. Some nice looking Alocasia. Just a little of everything. Some crotons. In this area, you can still plant crotons and things like that outside, and they should do fine. I am still learning the Central Florida area, bromeliads. If you live in Central Florida and you've done the winter, let me know what plants that you grow outside year-round. That would be very helpful. I know a lot of the philodendrons can be grown year-round here outside, but not everything that I could grow in the Keys will grow here year-round. Very nice selection of orchids. And more orchids. Just absolutely beautiful. Look at those colors. The only way I can keep orchids alive is in leca, and I have been doing that for probably about 10 years now, and they rebloom and everything. I do have a video on that if you're, someone who loves orchids or would love to try them, but you're scared because you can't keep them alive. Might want to look at that video. And here we go with some Aglaonema. Nice looking Diphambacchias and Aglaonemas and just a little of everything. $15, not bad. So even some palms over here. Look at this Aglaonema. I love pink in a plant, and I do not have one of these, and I always say I'm going to get one, and eventually I will, but right now I'm still trying to get my plants acclimated to Central Florida, and I have lost so many plants that I feel like I shouldn't buy another plant until I have a handle on the ones that I already have. Just trying to be responsible. And look down here on this cart. Some nice looking Ficus elastica for $10. That's an excellent price. Some of everything coming in. Definitely got lucky today with them still putting new stock out. And look at these cordylines. I love these colors. And these you can always count on these for color in a landscape. I know I say that all the time, but I mean, just look at that foliage and look at this Alocasia over here. This thing is huge. I love the ruffles on the leaves. Look at that. Look how big that leaf is. That's amazing. What's the price on this? $45. That's not bad. This thing is like the size of a tree. Look at that. It looks very healthy, very nice looking plant. Look down here, there's some Syngoniums. These look nice and happy. Let me see if I can find a price on them. They're looking really good. They're waterlogged though. Look at all the water in this pot. They haven't even been put out yet. Let me see. I'm trying to find a price, but instead I'm just making a mess. All this water is just pouring out of this pot. I'm gonna put this back and leave it alone. Now this particular Home Depot has the best selection of small plants. Whenever I'm doing a terrarium or I need some small fill-in plants for something, I like to come here because they have a nice variety. And these are $5, and they're just, like I said, great terrarium plants and things like that. Here are more of the Costa Farms plants. This peperomia has huge leaves. Very nice looking. It's a little wonky. Maybe stretched from not enough lighting or whatever, but the size of the leaves is great. And begonias, I am doing much better with begonias. This one is $5. The angel wing begonias are the easiest to care for, but I'm getting a little better with the others. A little Schefflera. And there's always ferns to be found. Now over here, these succulent trays, I feel like are just like the best deal ever. You can't be beat. $20 and you get a nice variety of plants and a lot of them. If you were to buy each of these, they'd be like $5 each, So you'd only get 4. So for $20, look at all of the succulents you're getting. Nice variety. Very healthy looking. They're not sun stressed yet or anything. Nice, healthy looking succulents. And here are some of the larger pots of succulents, and they are at different price points. Look at all of this in one pot. Let's see if we can get a price. $13. I think that's a good deal. I've paid more than that at a nursery for, that amount of succulents. Look at them here. Very nice. Very nice. The succulents tend to do well year round outside here. At least that's been my experience. I've left some out here at the house in Central Florida, and they all weathered the winter just fine. But very healthy looking, very nice looking plants. I think that's about it, but oh, look at this Monstera. Look at the size of this leaf. Oh my goodness. $15. It's trying to make me take it home. But anyway, look at the size of that leaf. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take care, stay well, and I hope to see you next time. Happy plant shopping. Bye-bye.